Good afternoon and welcome to the Learning Annex. My name is Andrew Hazen and I am the co-founder of DomainWealth.com. I'm here today to speak to you about domain name investing and the opportunities that exist in this digital real estate world. My background is in digital marketing and I have been involved in the digital marketing space since 1998, where I founded a full-service digital agency which was acquired at the end of 2007. What's really exciting about domain names and what I want to talk to you about today is that they're very, very unique and that there's only one for each area. Those of you not familiar with domain names, as you can see here, a domain name is a unique identifier to an IP address. So typically domains like Amazon.com or eBay.com or even Google.com actually reside on an IP address such as 216.6.8.134. Obviously we do not surf the internet this way, so these unique identifiers are tied into a domain name. And at the end of a domain name, we have a TLD or a top-level domain. Those are .com, which is commercial, .net for network, .gov for government, .edu for education, and so forth and so on. It's interesting to note that all domains can be registered by individuals like you and I, except those that end in .gov and .edu. Those particular domain names you have to be registered with government agencies in order to apply. It should also be noted that trademarks cannot be registered. So you cannot register the domain name Pepsi.com or Coke.com. It would be a cyber squatting infringement. But you can something like Wendy's.com, even though it's a national food franchise. If you had a loved one or your name was Wendy, then you would have the ability to own that domain name. Now, those of you thinking domain names, how can we make money with domain names and what can we do with them? I'd like you to just take a quick look to see at these are the top reported domain names, sales. And the reason why I say reported, many domain name sales go without being reported. So as you can see here, and some of these have been in the news as of late, Sex.com sold for $14 million, Fun.com, $10 million, Toys.com, $5.1 million, Loans.com, $3 million, and so forth and so on. So this has been taking place for well over a decade. Those of you thinking that the days are gone where you can get a good domain name and maybe sell it today, I'd like you to think again. Because as you can see now, just year to date in 2011 alone, these are the top, again, reported domain sales, because there are other domain sales happening that aren't reported. And as you can see, we had domainname.com, which sold for $1 million, puzzle.com, which sold for $500,000 this year. And number 5 is quite interesting. It's autoinsurance.org. Notice that this TLD, top-level domain, is not .com, but .org, and this sold in April. So we're currently in June of 2011. This was just sold a couple of months ago for over $400,000. So what I'd like to cover today are 3 high-level strategies for you as domain investors or people interested in getting into this field, what you can do to make money with domain names. So at a very high level, there's domain flipping, which is when you buy and sell domain names. There's also domain development, where you purchase a domain name and you build out that website so you can monetize it in a whole host of ways. And then there's just domain parking, which isn't as lucrative as it was in years past. As a domain investor myself, I probably own between 600 and 800 domain names, which many of you might